Hi, I'm Robert, and this is Coco from Team Trailmeister. Coco's been in our lives about a year now, and she's had some questions about how she's working out, and I thought I'd try to answer those. Coco is about as green as the grass in May. Walk on. Walk. I invite you, you can come into my space. So, a 14-year-old mule that has never had a job, has never really had to listen, it's going to be a challenge. I hope I'm up for it. Got some great mentors and great folks that are going to help along the way, so looking forward to it. I think she can be an honest mule, so we will see. I learned about Coco during a trip to Canada, and Coco was one of several great things about Canada, the second being poutine. French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. I've got to admit, I'm a little bit envious of Canadians that get to enjoy this heart-clogging feast on a regular basis. It's that good. So anyway, I was doing clinics in Canada, or up north, and one of my clinics that I was presenting was what to look for in a trail horse. And I've said for years, decades even, that the best trail horse would combine the sure-footed, rock-steady, and short stature of an Icelandic horse with the good-naturedness of a donkey to create a super mule. And I think I found her. I never really thought that I'd find one though. So after the clinic, a woman came up and told me all about Coco, how sweet she was, how kind she was. And she ended it with, Coco needed a home. Nancy saw me coming. So after some discussions with my much better half, I hooked up the trailer, drove west again, met the vets at Nancy's place, and picked up Coco. On the way home, we stopped by a dear friend's place to get Coco fitted for a pack saddle. And it didn't go well at all. You see, prior to that point, Coco's entire job was to be cute, eat apples, and lounge in the pasture. She was really good at that job. But now she had a new career in hand, being a constructive member of the Trailmeister team. So she had a lot of learning and patience to work on. And so we did. Along the way, we both had a few temper tantrums and meltdowns, but we learned a lot from each other, and every day got better and better. Anytime I wasn't teaching clinics, I was working with Coco. This, of course, was BC or before COVID, and so during the lockdowns, we worked and spent a lot of time together, and it's really paid off. For the most part, we did groundwork, and even more groundwork. After all, if a critter doesn't listen to you on the ground, why on earth is she going to listen to you in the saddle or when she's being ponied down the trail? As we rolled out of spring and into summer, we had a not-so-hard decision to make. Was Coco going to stay? Was she working out? Was she a good part and a good fit for the Trailmeister team? The answer was an outstanding yes. So we took her into the vet to get her Trailmeister brand and all of her shots. And I'm kind of glad that at that point we weren't allowed in the clinic with our animals when they were being worked on. Doc P remarked that she's got really fast feet and she doesn't like needles. So I'm thinking it got a little bit sporty in there. After the vet experience, I began to have some questions about putting shoes on her because she was going to have steel. Hot steel and flying hoofs aren't a good combination at all. So we worked on hoofs for a long time. Pick them up, wrap them with a hammer, and set them down. And repeat over and over again. When it was time for the farrier, Coco was great. I'd like to say that it was our tremendous preparation ahead of time, but in reality, I think it's just because Coco and our farrier Alex are the real pros. I'm just along for the ride. Once we had her shoes on, it was time to try packing someplace other than the front yard. So we went to a place called Haney Meadow in central Washington, and we packed all over the mountainsides of the area, and it was really great. Until it wasn't. You see, Coco decided that she didn't want to have anything to do with water. H2O, the main constituent of all living things, Coco didn't want to have anything to do with. It made for a really long day. Once we got home, we went to work straight away on Coco's dislike for crossing water. And water got added to everything. We just went back to the basics, but added water. Water on tarps, water on the ground. I even dug a trench in the front yard to make a faux creek. Once that was going well, we went to a river near the house, and when that went well, we declared Coco a water mule. Once Coco became a water mule, it was time for a real pack trip. We're going to head into the wilderness, no more trailhead camping. Base camp was going to be about 12 or 13 miles away from the trailhead, and the first thing we had to cross was a river. Coco did great, really well. Fabulous, superb in fact. Again, I'd like to think that it was my tremendous preparation and all of the hours and hours of tying and untying loads and going on pack trips in the front yard. But I think it's really because Coco is just a professional. And again, I'm just along for the ride. Once we got back from that most excellent pack trip, Coco and Celeste attended a Ty Evans clinic where they were both rock stars, and they both walked away with a lot of things to work on, which is what we're doing right now. And that's been our year with Coco. She's great, she's wonderful, we love her to death, and she even gets along with the rest of the mules, which is a really, really good thing. If you have any questions about how we train Coco or ourselves, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, please click on that like, share, and subscribe button. Coco here would sure appreciate it. Until next time, happy trails. For more information on practical trail riding and horse camping information, please give us a visit at trailmeister.com. Thank you.